Welcome back everybody to Forza Motorsport. So we're continuing on with the Forza Oz series. So we're going to do the next two races in this championship, and then that'll be the championship finished up. So yeah, let's see where we're going to be racing. So it's going to be at Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya for 6 laps. And as per usual, in the previous two races, we can't upgrade this car because it is a racing car, and it looks like the restriction outside of obviously choosing the cars is not being able to upgrade.
Catalunya is a demanding track featuring high speed, wide turns,
But that's
and
fine,
dramatic elevation
because
changes.
this car is plenty quick enough as is, while being a really rather good handling track car as well. Right, we don't need 18 laps worth of fuel, so let's knock that back to go for 25. Nice round number there, or thereabouts. Our position standing in this championship so far, but at the end of the day, going to try and win regardless. A bit of a struggle to get this car off the line, to be honest. This is 6 laps, we are obviously on the shorter circuit of this, sort of shorter version of this circuit, should I say. A little bit of paint rubbing there, but nothing intentional. Places, but nothing drastic. Certainly had worse starts to a race though. It's 4 is trying to make me go off-road. Should still get into the drag. Make up any lost time there. Ford is understeering all over the place. Just let the Holden through, thank you. One place made up that lap, unfortunately. I fear that being stuck behind some traffic in those first couple of laps has made the front runners get quite far away. This is not helpful whatsoever. lost a fair bit of ground, we're not doing particularly well here. Yeah, we had a quicker lap, but that does not make the slightest bit of difference when you're still behind. So we're not going to get any championship points for getting a quicker lap. Really struggling to break through here. Usually can be the case for these kind of races where pretty much every car's the same. And on a track where, there's no real big braking zones, there's no obvious places for overtaking. Of those braking zones either. Get a little bit desperate. Certainly gain on the straights for whatever reason, despite myself having the same power and the same weight and whatever. But that big straight there is only a small portion of this track. Effectively hit a brick wall here. Granted, we're not likely to lose any places, but gaining them is looking unlikely. If anyone crashes or gets in each other's way or pits, we're not going to get any places here. Things. We're a little bit closer than we were at the end of the last lap.
Final lap. You got this.
By less than half a second at the very least, so it's not a great deal of ground gain, but looking like we might get something here. Any positions that we can gain is a benefit. We ain't got much longer to do that. Sneaky there, but we did it. Tyres are at their maximum right now. Come on. Fine. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, did we do it? Did we get 7th? Yes. By the skin of our teeth.
Nice
Yes,
work
that's an
out
increase of 5 positions over where we started, but like still not a good position overall, quite frankly. And yeah, we've lost the position now. We've lost our podium position on the overall grid. Now granted, there are only 3 points in between me and first, who is joint first with second with 64 points, and then third only has 62, so they're only a point ahead. So yeah, and as you can see, they gained a lot more points than I did in that race. So yeah, still everything to play for in the 4th and final race. So let's get there and see if we can finally claw our way back onto a podium position. Right, we're at Kyalami, so yeah, this is a much better circuit I find for overtaking and good close racing, whereas Catalunya typically isn't like that for me. So yeah, we're here for 4 laps, so longer circuit, but technically a shorter race. So yeah, hopefully we can do better than 7th this time around. With how close it is in points between us and the top 3. Quite frankly, everything to play for. If they come, you know, 4th or 5th or 6th, you know, and we come 3rd or 2nd, then we could very well take the championship overall. So yeah. Start off with another big long straight though, like we did with Catalunya. Thankfully, they are tripping over everyone, each of themselves, even like one of our Holdens were being slammed into the side over there. Kind of got lucky that we didn't get caught up in that mess. Easy street, to be honest, right now. All because of the AI. Pretty woeful on this race to start with. Take it pretty easy in terms of driving. Just give them a chance. What the hell's happened to last place, otherwise so far behind. Some people being a bit irate that nothing has yet been announced about Forza Horizon 6, and to be honest, when you're really surprised, Forza Horizon 5 did wildly well. It was a huge success and still is played a great deal even now, and the updates for that game have also been going on really well, so it's no surprise that, you know, a sequel to that is not quite, you know, being announced right now, but also because Playground Games have quite clearly, no doubt, been busy with the new Fable game that is coming out. Now granted, I imagine the studio does split itself up a little bit between Fable and Forza, but, you know, a brand new game coming out is always going to take priority over, you know, a sequel or, you know, trying to get one of those out when they've still got a game in mid-development or being developed. So yeah, it's no real surprise that the Forza Horizon 6 is not been announced. It's not likely to come out next year. It's more likely going to be 2026. And, you know, although that's annoying for me because I really do like my racing games and I do like them to keep being fresh and such. At the end of the day, you know, we've got to have the time to do it and make it right. And with all of the success of Forza Horizon 5, that's no doubt going to be some added pressure on top. So yeah, I don't know why people are so surprised that Forza Horizon 6 hasn't yet been announced, to be honest. You know, Fable is hardly going to be a quick game to get developed and released. It's looking like quite a deep, big game, quite frankly. So yeah, that's inevitably going to take up all of their time and effort. And it could also explain why, you know, Forza Horizon 5's updates,
finish strong.
especially when it comes to next month, is looking a little light. Now, I have heard that apparently February onwards is going to be a bit better, but January, for instance, is looking rather barren in terms of any new cars. Certainly not going to get the 5 cars that we've had in the December update. One new car to the game, so yeah. But if, you know, Forza Horizon 6 is so far off, then I do imagine that the support for Forza Horizon 5 is going to continue, and who knows, they might do even more with it in some regards. But yeah, it still makes me laugh that people are surprised that the Forza Horizon 6 hasn't been announced. I don't think we have a release date for Fable yet either. I know it's said sometime next year, but if that's not even going to get released until, say, mid-2025, and, you know, if it's going to need updates,
Total time
there's
penalty
no
is about
game
a
there.
second.
If it's going to need updates and, you know, DLC or, you know, maintenance to happen over, you know, the first few months of its release, then yeah, that's also going to impact whether we can bring out a new Forza game. So I'm not shocked that we haven't been either seen a trailer or had an announcement or anything like that for Forza Horizon 6 yet. Probably will get such a thing next year, either during a Game Expo or the Game Awards or something like that, but yeah, no shock at all that we ain't getting a new one. Bit of a shock though when it comes to this race, it was so goddamn easy compared to the last one. That just shows how a big accident involving numerous cars at the beginning can have a massive positive impact on your race. So yeah, because of that we get the 28 points and we soar right back into a podium position, and more specifically first place. So yeah, we ended this championship with 4 points ahead of second and 9 points ahead of third, knocking them both down 1 place apiece. So yeah, that was a fairly fun championship. Not a massive fan of racing cars, but as far as racing cars go, the Holden VF there is fairly solid, and yeah, in general a fairly decent car to drive, even if it's nothing you know, quite as fun as, say, the standard Holdens out there with their massive superchargers and whatnot. Who came last? 17th. Yeah, they only got 1 point. They were way behind the rest of us, so yeah, not quite sure what happened there. Maybe they got the really bad end of the stick when it came to that crash at the beginning. Nonetheless, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.